We live in the age of unprecedented connectivity and excitement. Yet, deep down, why do so many of us feel a profound, aching fatigue simply from existing within the modern city? It's a subtle, cumulative weariness, a drain on our mental reserves that urban life seems to generate as a byproduct of its own dynamism. We are surrounded by spectacle, efficiency, and possibility, but the cost is often invisible, paid in units of emotional energy and cognitive focus. This is the urban ache, the paradoxical exhaustion of living in the most exciting, most stimulated, and most demanding environments humanity has ever built. To understand this exhaustion, we must first look within. Our brain evolved in a world of subtle cues, long periods of quiet, and meaningful necessary stimuli. The pace of life was dictated by seasons and sunlight. Now we ask that ancient operating system to navigate a world that shifts gears every few milliseconds. In the urban landscape, the baseline state is one of perpetual, low-grade vigilance. Our survival instinct is constantly scanning for threats, calculating trajectories, and filtering irrelevant data. The most immediate form of attack on our focus is sensory overload, particularly noise pollution. This is not just irritation. It is a fundamental cognitive cost. The ceaseless soundtrack of sirens, traffic, construction, and close conversations demands continuous processing from the auditory cortex, whether we consciously notice it or not. This inescapable sonic assault prevents our minds from achieving the restorative quiet necessary for deep thought and recovery, constantly depleting our cognitive reserves. But the city is not just loud. It is constantly selling. Every surface is an advertisement, initiating an aggressive, constant competition for the most valuable modern resource, our attention. Blinding neon lights, motion graphics, and carefully designed calls to action bombard our peripheral vision, forcing our brain to constantly suppress information just to function. The psychological battle against this visual clutter is tiring. It's a low-grade distraction that chips away at our capacity for focused thought and presence. Then there is the unavoidable proximity to thousands of other human minds. Crowd psychology introduces a unique form of stress that is biological and deeply primal. Highly crowded trains and busy crossings force us into anonymous proximity, demanding intricate nonverbal negotiation and continuous monitoring of movement. The loss of personal space, combined with the stress of anonymous interaction, spikes cortisol levels, putting our bodies and minds in a near-constant state of low-level fight or flight. Compounding the external chaos is the digital layer we carry with us. The smartphone, the ultimate urban tool, creates an input loop that never closes. Even when escaping into our devices while walking, we are simply exchanging one form of attention demand, the city, for another, the endless scroll of digital content. This constant, fragmented input prevents the necessary cognitive resting state, known as the default mode network, from ever truly engaging, further accelerating mental fatigue. Finally, the very structure of the city impacts us. Architecture shapes behavior, and the modern city often presents us with environments devoid of natural variation. Imposing, sterile skyscrapers and monotonous glass facades can feel cold and overwhelming. They emphasize scale and efficiency over human comfort and intimacy. This relentless geometry and scale can evoke a melancholic feeling, where the individual feels permanently dwarfed and disconnected, a small cog in a massive, indifferent machine.